What is up, you guys? It's your boy Rob, Hollow Avarice, back again with some gaming goodness. Let me just say this. Happy New Year, my friends. It is January 1st. We did a bunch of late night streams last night to ring in the new year. Tried out Genshin, finished Thank Goodness You're Here, did a reaction to some stuff, and we did a ranking of our top games of the year. On my ranking list, of all the games that I played over the last year, Call of the Sea made it pretty high. So let me just... today we are back to continue this game. Call of the Sea. Ba-ba. It was a game that I really genuinely enjoyed. Yeah, it was a game that I genuinely really enjoyed. We played through the first 3 chapters of this puzzle game, completing the first 3 chapters, landing on a mysterious island. This woman who has a disease is in search of her missing husband, who came to this island off the coast of Tahiti in search of a cure for her. But what they found were... a weird goo that seemed to cause the disease, an explosion that murdered one man, the Everhard expedition was this quest, the vanishing of the Lady Shannon, the ship that dropped off my husband's group. Turned one man maybe into a fish monster, leaving 3 members of our husband's group alive on this island after solving a puzzle. So it's a little bit point and click, a little bit puzzle adventure, and very H.P. Lovecraft coded. The game is clearly very, very inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. We finished chapters 1, 2, and 3. There's 4, 5, and 6 left. So we're halfway through the game. So I figured, hey, it's a good time. Let's continue. Okay. So we had just finished solving a puzzle with a giant sea organ and made our way up the mountain.
I've been seeing these horseshoe-shaped pillars all the way up. Do they mark a path?
That kind of looks like a fish person. And maybe there was a giant kraken that picked up a ship and threw it onto the island.
I'm at the top of the mountain. I can see that giant diamond-shaped thing really close from here. Took me a while to get here, but the views are worth it.
What views? Everything is all rain and cloud. Stone and sky. What's all this electrical equipment? Where'd the telephone, where'd this come from?
They built all this just with pieces from the beached ship. Frank sure must be a real whiz.
Frank is the engineer that survived. So we know the survivors are a reporter, oh, sorry, the guide is alive too. So the guide, then on the far left, then the stuntman turned adventurer who died in the explosion, then our husband, then the engineer Frank, then the reporter, then the man who was the doctor on the far right in the white suit, who was exposed to the black goo from the explosion and slowly went mad, got strung up to a pole, and somehow escaped and ran into the sea.
No power. Oh no! Frank died.
Let's,
I'm really sorry about Frank. Harry doesn't have many friends. When you finally do get to know him, he's so witty, so funny. A loving person. But it takes a lot for him to open up.
Let's, we'll go step by step. Sec. There we go.
That is a doornail.
So this is part of the power that I need. So a big part of this is finding everything. That's a big part of puzzle games. Is just not even solving the puzzles, of which they're pretty complicated. I've really enjoyed the puzzles we've had so far, like with the levels of the seawater to activate a giant sea organ, and all the stuff like that was actually pretty cool.
His low spirits are obvious in this photo. What was wrong with Frank? He looks so thin.
Yeah, he was the tallest and most muscular.
His low spirits are obvious in this photo.
The Guide, the Reporter,
What was wrong
reading
with
Moby
Frank?
Dick by Herman Melville.
He looks so thin.
Moby Dick is a tale of obsession.
They built loudspeakers on top of this tower to reproduce the effect of the organ. Very clever, old pal.
Reproducing the effect of the organ.
Nakal? So this is like Atlantis, but in the Pacific Ocean, right?
According to the legend that said the continent of Mu sank... So that's a real lost civilization, like Atlantis. Thanks 10,000 years ago, its massive stone structure is generally irregular in shape, contrasted with the unique use of diamond shapes, reminiscent of the rhomboid symbols such as the losange of the Hindu Lakshmi star. However, experts believe that the specific case of the Nakal structures instead represent the fertility and prosperity. The rhombus was a sign of transformation and evolution. Evolving into creatures.
Harry's convinced the answer to my illness lies
Black
inside
Goose and
that
Arzilla's
temple.
got to open that door. I used the ship's turbine and juggle things I got from the ship to make it work. Let's see if I can manage to make a whole set. It's the scarce materials I have. Okay, that's the power. Okay, moving on. Let's check out Frank's grave.
So Frank fought in the Great War.
Franklin Drayton, 369th Infantry. He was a private.
So Frank fought... Oh, Frank had a daughter named Evangeline. What a darling. I'm so sorry. He was such a talented man, and he seemed to be a good friend of Harry's.
Okay, that seems to be the entrance to the temple. Let's check back here first.
They built a turbine to generate electricity under the falling water, but the stream isn't close enough to the wheel.
Again, kind of looks like a fish. Just saying.
Blood-soaked rags. Blood-soaked rags.
Oh, God, someone was really bleeding out here.
A Bible. It must have belonged to Frank. He thought it was a flesh wound.
I tried to do
It
something
kept
about the
getting
wound from
worse.
DeWitt's attack. Still looks affected. I feel worse every day.
No power. These levers connect those gears to direct the wheel's energy into the turbine.
Okay. Hey, Tito, Happy New Year. How you doing? Hope you had a good New Year's Eve. Okay, let's try this, the third setting. Okay. So I have to somehow get the water wheel into that. Ah. Bummer. Okay, from that position, they're all locked. That's a bummer. Well, did you have a good holiday at least? Were you on break? Or was work at least light?
There are some sort of sound devices built around this amphitheater.
Yes, I'm seeing speakers right there. The rhomboid symbolizing evolution. Fish people with humans in chains, kind of. That's a puzzle. Oh, congratulations. You got the rest of the week before it starts up? That's cool.
Homemade loudspeakers, probably to amplify the sound. There's a symbol inside.
I'm back tomorrow. Today is the final day of my break.
Probably to amplify the sound.
So I'm gonna chillax as much as I can for one final day.
So I guess you used the notes from the organ and they weren't the right ones.
At Rocks, I could have killed everyone, all thanks to my stubbornness.
1212, testing. Nope, doesn't work.
All right. Can you turn it on, Cass?
Please, sir, we should not do this.
Not now.
Haven't we had enough warning, Mr. Everhart? What else do we need? Another death?
Very true.
Listen to me. Frank lost his life setting this whole thing up. So we're not going to discuss it anymore. We're going to activate it, period. That clear enough for you?
Kyle. Hey, Mar!
Fine, same to you. Please, cast, activate.
So they played the notes from the sea organ and caused a landslide that I'm guessing killed Frank.
Yes. It's working. Come on. Yes. It's working!
Is there something wrong, Harry?
The ground. The ground is shaking. No. No!
No, 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 I can't!
I told you it was off. You damn fool. You're going to kill us all.
Turn it off! Turn it off!
I still have no power up here.
I like singing so much. Harry and I often sang together. When my condition got worse, Harry thought it wasn't a good idea to make unnecessary efforts. And we stopped singing. I know it was just for my own good, but my illness caused our whole lives to revolve around it. Are these figures singing like a choir? Are these figures singing like a choir?
Again, it brings up
These
the
drops of
idea.
rain are so
Was I?
refreshing. It feels really good.
I'm part fish.
Heavens, looks like a rock slide crushed all the tents. All but one. The only tent that came out of the rock slide in one piece is the one filled with amulets. The only tent that came
So
out
it's
of
for
the
the
rock
guide.
slide in a torn picture. Maybe the Polynesian guide didn't like people taking pictures of his scar. Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry, but art has never been your thing, old pal.
Yeah, literally every. Mr. Franklin Drayton Jr. Dear Mr. Drayton, we acknowledge receipt in closing admission to School of Engineering.
They didn't accept Frank in the university. They should be ashamed.
I mean, what? We're early 1900s.
I'm not sure if Harry ever got to read this note.
Dear Harry, you're a good man. I know you love your wife. Do us a favor, return home to her. Here you won't find anything but death. Leave now. Cass will try to convince you to do otherwise. She's only interested in getting a good scoop. Don't listen to her. I got no strength left. I'm sorry. Goodbye, Frank.
This This door looks thicker than any I've ever seen.
Okay, so I have these 4 symbols. So this is that which has to be the top one. And there's clearly a waterfall behind it, so by doing all this in the right order, it will activate the water. So the one down there is on the left.
Did these stone columns just vibrate? Amazing! The hatches are opening.
Meaning there's more water coming out now?
Now that it's filled with water, it looks like a baptismal pool. Now the wheel is moving.
So it's whichever one is facing down can move forward. That does it, and that's caught.
Huh, that was easy. These buttons seem to adjust the amount of energy that goes through the turbine. That should give the
yeah.
turbine some energy.
Brilliant.
Great, I did it. Now everything should be powered. Harry's convinced the answer to my...
Okay. Hey, Florian. Yeah, so today, like I said, I think I was planning on doing this, then doing a little more Genshin Impact, which I started technically last night, this morning.
Oh, what? Did I do something wrong? Come on, work. Come on. Now what? What's happening this time?
This seems bad. Yeah, so tonight I want to do Genshin. We're going to finish the 5.3 update.
I can feel the fever rising. Oh God, no.
And then tonight
My
we're going to
illness.
finish Life is
come
Strange
back.
Double Exposure.
Was this an ocean? An ocean that dried up? My cane. No, I would rather die than use that damned thing again.
Body of a colossal being. Again, all the same shape imagery that we're seeing on the
So
island.
dry. I need to find water. My bed. Another memory of my illness. How many times did I think I was going to die lying in this bed? I'd better find some shade before I dry right up. The horseshoe-shaped pillar. And that diamond shape again.
There's a house right there. There's clearly a house right there. That's
I can't
weird.
take much more of this. I feel woozy.
Weird.
A house.
Yep.
That's not a house. That's our house in Inglewood.
With fish around it.
Am I dreaming? Or am I just losing my
During
mind?
the 25 Days of Games Miss, we played Returnal, which also had these weird nightmarish overtones.
That's our mailbox, too. Harry? Are you home?
And did feature a person trapped on an alien planet finding their house.
A picnic with Harry's brother and sisters. I started wearing gloves shortly after that day.
Yeah, it's a cool like point and click adventure. It's got like a
miss you
weird
so
vibe,
much,
so I really
Will.
like it. Okay, well, let me go past that. Let's go upstairs.
I am definitely losing my mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, a little bit.
I don't understand what is happening, Harry. Are you...
How is there fire underwater? Oh, we're not underwater anymore. Of course.
Harry gave me this necklace after one of his scavenger hunts. It's a photo of my mother and me. She had just gotten worse from her illness. The happiest day of my life. And one of...
Few photos of Harry without glasses.
the Everhart twosome. What a duo. My mother's music box. Yet again.
Greetings from Johann Nitalay. Okay, the secret object for chapter 4.
Cousin Robert? But I don't have any cousins.
There's a mermaid on the music box.
What a sweet melody.
That's what we have to sing into the microphone.
What was that? Another vivid dream? And my music box again, but it wasn't broken anymore. And what a catchy tune.
Da, na, 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 na.
1 2 1 2 testing. Nope, doesn't work. I haven't sung since I got sick, but let's give it a shot.
Is that me singing, or is that the island like reverberating and echoing our song? Either way, it's... cool. Now they're going back in. Is the door gonna open? So again, it all has to do with water and sound and song, and like a siren thing.
That was quite a show. This feels like hallowed ground.
They made it in here, clearly.
Are they bathing him in black ooze?
Turning him into one of them. There's symbols under here that might be important.
His hands are changing, like in my dream.
He's becoming a fish.
Look at those spots. They look like mine. Now he's some sort of man-fish? Fish of every size and shape.
Let's check all these first.
This looks like the same kind of elevator that was in the campsite.
Another mechanism.
These patterns look too familiar.
The patterns on the fish resemble my patterns on my arm.
She sounds worried for him.
Harry's been over there for 3
I
days
think.
and he's not responding.
Where is this taking me? Looks like I'm inside the giant fish head that I saw from below.
The people are... These are what all the different symbols did. Like plant life, or what they represented: the stars, the sky, the water, and and life.
I've seen this symbol in the mural several times. I guess it can be applied to both water and black ooze.
It just means like fluid or liquid. That symbol, okay.
Harry marked this symbol for a reason. I'd better write it down.
Water animal.
A broken liquor bottle. Is this Harry's? He hates booze. A complex pattern. It's amazing how
Life.
words and symbols can keep their meaning after thousands.
Life, alive.
This one was easy, I think.
Transformation or evolution.
My dear old pal, Nora.
Oh.
I wish I could write something else, but a long time ago I promised you I would never lie to you. So here goes. There is no cure for your illness. What you carry in your blood is changing you, and it will keep changing you until it's done, whatever that means. There is nothing we can do to stop it. My dear old pal, my partner, the love of my life, I am so sorry. I've made so many mistakes. All those deaths because of me.
Yep.
Frank, DeWitt, Roy. All for nothing. Maybe Teodoro is right. Maybe we can return to the beach and build a raft to get back to Papiete. Maybe in less than a month, I could be back.
Okay, drunk, he threw the bottle.
There's no cure? But he didn't finish the letter. What did you do, Harry? Where are you? I know for sure that you didn't go back home, so what? What do I do now? Are you still on the island? I have to find you. God's blood.
Those who have God's blood are
Does
destined.
this mean that... Is this related to me somehow, to my disease?
Destined to transform into a water animal to live forever. A razor blade.
I'm starting to understand this language.
Eternal life.
This one was really hard to...
So infinity plus life is eternal life.
Well done, Harry. Boy, am I lucky that you did the hard part of figuring things out.
The diagrams.
So that's how you mark the symbol's orientation.
Rotating the north on the wheel causes the symbol to change quadrant.
John McCormack's Dear Old Pal of Mine? A favorite song.
My old pal, that's what he kept calling me. Okay, the symbol for liquid is God's blood. So it would be liquid, transformation, eternal, and water animal was a combination of life and liquid. So there, transformation. Oh no, transfer to trans should be in position 2. So if we're looking at it like that's the top right here on the right, so that would be in position 2. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. So life needs to be God's blood. Or sorry, liquid needs to be God's blood and water animal. So this needs to be in position 1 and 3. So the diamond needs to be above. Now, eternal life needs to be 1, 3, and 4. So life needs to be in the 1, 3, and 4 position. So one more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And eternal needs to be in the 1, 2, and 4 position.
This is the right combination.
Yeah. That was a cool puzzle.
A broken liquor bottle. Is this Harry's? He hates booze.
Alright, let's see. Oh, what? Before we interact with any of that, let's...
It appears Harry didn't advance any further.
I can't go any further. I tried everything and this isn't working. What do I need? I followed the sequence correctly in my hand. I can't get the thing to work. I need to cross the river down there. Anything... Anyway, for what?
Those are drums of some sort. What is that thing? Is that the outline of a hand? Wrong. Let's try again. No, not again. I screwed up.
Oh god, it's gonna be one of these. So it was the second one. Then the first one. I'm gonna need something to write in. Alright, so it was 2, then 1. So let's start with 2. Okay, 2, 1, 3. 2. 3. 1. Okay, that was a guess.
I can sing, but I'm awful when it comes to playing music.
Alright, so 2. I somehow guessed the next pattern. So it wasn't 3, 2, 1.
No, not again.
One, two, one. Okay. Three. 1, 2. 3.
I screwed up.
I don't know. I'm gonna maybe go look at the patterns that were down there and see if they match these. Not. There's too many patterns there. Let's go back down and check the stuff underneath the murals. Because if there's 3 repeating patterns, we're good. Nah, there's a lot more than 3. Okay. Oh, I realize it's the stuff on the left becoming the things on the right. A worm becomes a butterfly, a tadpole becomes a frog, a man becomes a merman.
What is that thing? Is that the outline of a hand?
Okay. 2. Oh, you could hear it. Three, 3, 1, 2. Yeah. One, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. 1, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. I think that was it. I think it was the highest pitch, the 2 of the medium, the 3 of the big.
Wow, this technology never ceases to amaze.
God, I'm amazing. God, I'm amazing. Just had to realize it was literally playing it for me. And I literally just needed to listen to the puzzle.
Harry said it didn't work for him, so it shouldn't work for me either. Unless there's something different about my hand.
Spots.
Anyway, Nora, you know what you've got to do.
Quite a show. Complete chapter 4.
My hands. Look at my hands. This is definitely not a dream. And I'm starting to doubt the others were dreams too.
Oh, their webbed fingers are literally stuck together that way.
I should be scared, but it's hard to explain what I feel, but it isn't fear. Not a bit.
Okay.
Another one of those gates, like the one I saw in the temple. I'm back to being me.
Oh, Oh man, this is gonna be weird, ain't it?
It's hard for me to understand how these gates work. What happens every time I cross one of them?
Let's look around before I go into the next gate.
Another panel of this strange technology. What's it for? Something related to the currents?
Back out and look around. Oh, can I not head back out once I'm through? You have to click them so they happen at the same time. The sphincter has shifted, so now the water is moving in a different direction.
Wow. The island is pierced by underground currents.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm like, how would I get up there? Literally right here.
That architecture again. Where is this gate going to lead me now?
Lost civilization.
What a quiet and peculiar place. Slaves and masters and... Nakal. Wasn't Nakal in the notes? Looks like some sort of food. It's not human food, though, and it's fossilized, too. Although they are the same style, these huts are much simpler than the magnificent architecture I've seen up to now.
So am I a descendant of the Nakal, maybe, and that's why I have this, or was...
I wonder who used to live here. It seems it was abandoned ages ago. I understood that.
So does that mean, like, progenitor? Ah. Well, this is trippy and beautiful.
Water animal. Is that what I am now? It seems that each family had to agree somehow to change the water level. I'm amazed at how organized they seem to be, despite them being so primitive. Being trapped here probably made them stronger as a community. The inhabitants of this village lived at different altitudes. Some even lived inside the water. They used this sort of dam to lower or raise the water level.
So those are the switches I've been finding around. So they had to...
Whoever the inhabitants were, they were living here against their will. Someone vandalized this mural. Some hands look human, but others are amphibian hands.
So...
Is that black blood the same thing as the black ooze?
Did it literally come from space? Is it literally eldritch?
How can I explain what's happening to me? What is the meaning of all this? God's blood, transformation, eternal life. I feel like I'm going through what was written in that inscription. Black blood in eyes, like in the well.
Mm-hmm. So let's head all the way down and hit each one of these on the way. And once they're all hit, because all families are agreeing to this,
There are some hand marks made with pigments. I wonder if they mean something. I better draw them just in case.
got it. So based on the... So this is scratch level, which is the second highest. Spiral should be at the top, right? Well, that didn't work, so... Let's try doing them in order. So white hands would be first, and this would be the lowest level. Then comes orange and red. Next comes the red fish hands. Then comes the scratches, which is right over here. Is there none for the spiral? Okay. So everyone agreed to change the water level in the correct order. So I need to either lower it to see what's below here or raise it to fill this entire cavern. And I could swim to there.
This civilization used these devices to raise and lower the water level. It's impressive.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but that's calling to me.
There's another one of those gates. They rebelled against their masters. The slaves seem to worship two gods.
These two?
This looks like an altar dedicated to two figures. I can hear them talking to me.
Falma and Ganai. We did see visions of mother and father.
So these creatures are immortal?
And they're no longer Nakal.
The sunken continent. Was that their punishment? This drain controls the water level. What a cleverly conceived system. Different types of creatures of the same species lived here, but they weren't free.
They were all slaves to the Nakal. So I need to set up all these water sphincters. Swoop. Why didn't it change?
Isn't this the tiara from... wait, I can't remember the name of my hometown.
Well, that's suspicious. Okay.
This underwater town is a beautiful place, but it
Let's
has
test
also
this to make
seen
sure it
a lot
works.
of suffering. All the island is that way. Beautiful but dangerous. The danger does not seem to affect me, though. This panel is broken. I'll have to find another way to go through.
Okay, that's gonna work. right there. There's no entrance to there, so it's an exit portal.
I made it. My illness has kept me from being happy. What I feel now is the complete opposite of being sick. I feel full of life and energy.
You've never been sick,
Even
you've
better
always
than
been
before
fish.
my illness. Now the water level is really low, so I can access that tunnel.
Well, that just teleported me to there. Okay. So let's head further down this direction.
These creatures lived like slaves. All their lives imprisoned and tortured in this place. Was it possible to live a decent life in here? If you've lived all your life in a prison, how would you know that you are a prisoner?
Oh, that line slaps.
Now I can enter this tunnel. This current is quite strong. I wonder where it will take me.
So just, this is a nice little cutscene. Just watch where we go. To an underwater city. Oh no, it's still going. Colossal squid? A lot of bioluminescence down here.
That was quite a
Venture
ride.
through an unknown
But
passage.
it's over now.
Now we're back on land.
That ladder. Someone set up camp in here.
Right, so that's where we're gonna go last.
Looks like a means of transportation to get to that sanctuary.
Chaining.
Seems to show two possible courses of action. One means transformation, and the other means death?
They were brought to the temple and transformed. Or if they failed to transform, they were killed.
This panel looks different from the others.
More complex version.
It's much more elaborate.
Okay. So did Everhart make it here?
What is this? This... Oh my god. Did I almost forget about Harry?
Yeah. Boat.
Somebody painted these symbols on the wall.
Mm-hmm. So a swirl is 5 lightning bolts. A fish is an eyeball in a lightning bolt. And a swirl is a fish and a lightning bolt. So if we were to math this out, if lightning bolt equals 1, right? Then swirl equals 5. If swirl equals 5, then sideways fish vase would equal 4. Which means that eyeball would equal 3. If that makes sense. Basic.
You followed the river from the temple summit, and it took you some days to find this entrance.
The ruins are useless. Where's the sanctuary? White Sand Beach, Teahora building raft.
You followed the river from the temple summit, and it took you some days to find this entrance.
Another letter from...
My dear old pal. It's only Cass and me now. I have much to thank her for, even if our friendship is worn thin due to hunger and fatigue. If she hadn't insisted so much, we'd never have convinced Tearoa. He guided us as we followed the river down from the mountain peak. And that's how we found this entrance. And the mural. Maybe I can't undo what's happening to you, Nora, but I think I can try to become like you.
So we can stay together?
The original inhabitants of this island took slaves to a sanctuary. And there, they performed a ritual. Teaharoa said the ritual was madness, and he didn't want any part of it. He and Cass argued, violently. When we woke up the next morning, he had left. I know it sounds strange, but you have to trust me, my love. I know this is going to work, and we can be together. You understand what that means, don't you, Nora? We have a second chance. With more love than ever, Harry.
He's gonna infect himself.
Harry? What ritual are you talking about? Why on earth would you want to become like me? Please don't be a fool. You don't even know if that ritual of yours is going to work. A sanctuary? Harry, was that where you went? Oh dear, poor people. Is this why I'm changing? So the guide left the expedition.
Monsieur Everhard, Madame
That
Ward.
would explain the workshop on the White Sand Beach, where I arrived.
Yeah, it would. Plenty of death on this island. I helped you as long as I could, but I won't be an accomplice to this ritual madness. I'm returning to the White Sand Beach to build a raft and leave. Did he steal our boat? As soon as we landed here, that would be amazing.
She doesn't seem to care much about Harry. She doesn't seem to care much about Harry. And she doesn't seem to be thinking straight either.
Harry's mental decline's more evident each day, but today he said he found out some place to carry out the ritual. I have to get to the bottom of this. I have to keep doing what I've been doing until now. Listen to what he has to say and go along with him. I can't stand him, but I have to tread lightly because it's only him and me now, and the Blackiger.
Harry, that look on your face. You look deranged. They seem to loathe each other.
can't stand your lunatic face. I can't stand the noise you make when you eat. I can't stand you.
The sun is setting. It is so beautiful.
They made a little bench to come sit and watch the sun. Oh, this is how they got here. They came down that way. Came in here. So, Cassandra's clearly going mad too. But the whole thing is... the notes I got were from Cassandra. Huh. Find him. Was this Cassandra who sent this information to me? So is that maybe the amount of seconds they take to get there? So it would take the squiggly 5 seconds, then the vase 4, then the eye 3, then the squiggle 1. Let's see if that works.
This must be my transportation to the sanctuary.
Alright, off we go. To the sanctuary, I guess. Sunken. Complete chapter 5, which means there's only one chapter left.
It all makes sense. Nothing bad is going to happen to me here.
Beautiful.
As menacing as this place might look. The island, the ooze, those sea creatures. They're just defending themselves. Like a wild animal against an unknown threat. That's how they perceived the expedition. Like a threat. But I, on the other hand, I wasn't a threat. And I definitely wasn't unknown, was I?
Squid! Hey, Squid!
They seemed to recognize me. As if I was one of their own. Everything seems so distant now. As if I first stepped on that white beach thousands of years ago. A full moon? It can't be. Yesterday was a new moon. Did I lose track of time, or
Is this somewhere else? Or is this
maybe this place isn't
Yeah.
subject to the laws of physics? That's the only explanation I can find for this surreal night. It's hard to believe everything is real. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'll open my eyes sometime and I'll be back in our home in Inglewood and everything will be as before. My perfectly ordinary life with Harry. My daily routines. My illness. That will be as before too. And then I'll need to shake off this strange feeling that I have now. Feeling that I don't really belong there anymore.
God, this is...
With there.
Oh, I'm guessing this is
I
our
don't mean
sanctuary.
Inglewood, or Boston, or Newburyport. I mean... How is it possible that the strange events of only 2 days on this island makes more sense to me than the life that I've been living for years?
I mean, I get it, but I still think you're a bit cray-cray.
There it is. The sanctuary. So is this where you went, Harry? Was this your last stop?
But what became of Cassandra? Okay, there's a camp right there.
Black ooze on a petri dish. My God. This syringe has traces of black ooze. What the hell were you thinking?
Did he inject himself?
These patterns look too familiar. There are drops of dried blood inside this altar. There are drops of dried blood inside this altar.
Putting his hand inside the...
So I have to put my hand inside?
He's yelling. It's not working. Cass, I think I have the answer. You have to go back home and bring Nora here. Leave now, please. So did Cass make it off the island? With
Moby
Teahora?
Dick. Its pages are hollowed out, and its shape is...
The knife? The Shark Massacre.
Harry asleep in his tent. What a
With a
creepy
gun and a
photograph.
music box.
Oh my, she sounds completely out of her mind.
Sir, I see the future. Eternity awaits me. Death awaits Harry.
A camera. It must be Cassandra's.
She seems cray-cray in a big way.
Let's give it a try. Ouch! Oh! Ah! What was that? Looks like a tattoo, but it isn't. Those are my spots. They've moved.
God, this is messed up and weird. So Harry lost it and planned on injecting himself, but Cassandra was losing it in a different way?
This mural seems to describe a ritual involving blood. That dagger.
Mm-hmm. But Cassandra had that book for a while.
These patterns look... There are drops of dried blood inside this altar. Another camp. Although it's little more than a few things scattered about.
So if that was Cassandra's camp, this is Harry's. They were sleeping on far opposite sides.
Harry, what is this?
Nora
Looks
must
like
do
the
it
ramblings of a madman.
together. Change me.
Heavens. This dagger looks
Dried.
exactly like the one I have.
An altar, dried blood with ooze. Isn't that the dagger Frank attacked me with? Blood.
It's the
plus
blood
black
of
ooze.
these creatures.
Some sort of catalyst.
A
I had a strange
library?
dream.
What are you talking about, Harry?
Nakotos. Can't really make it out from here.
My dear old pal. I never should have trusted Cass. I thought she cared about you, but she's just mad, obsessed with this place. I can't trust her to help me overcome the last obstacle. This door. I know how to open it. But what I have to do is mix my blood with the black ooze. Am I mad for even considering that? It's the only way we can be together. It has to work, right? All this can't be a coincidence. The ritual was made for the two of us, isn't it, Nora? I wish you could be here to... Damn it.
His eyes are turning black. Oh, it's creepy.
I can't. Tomorrow. Leave it for tomorrow. Damn it. Stop writing.
Well,
What are you saying, Harry? Don't you see what the black ooze does? What it did to the doctor? Are you out of your mind?
do I need to...
Oh, I really hope this works.
Use the ritual dagger. It worked.
goodness. And the gun barrel is empty.
Let's double check. Yep.
Trail of blood. Someone was hurt.
In a casing, someone was shot.
A woman's earring stained with blood. My God, Harry, what did you do to her?
They were both becoming paranoid, violent.
There's a bullet hole in here. If he's behind that door, I wonder which Harry I'll find. How much would be left of the man I love? And how much of the man who has lost his sanity in this place? The stars are aligned, forming a constellation that I don't recognize. That is not the same sky you can see from Earth. And if that's not the Earth sky, where am I now?
There's constellations all around.
All these papers are riddled with incoherent doodles. I wonder what this means.
Bridges, dragons, gargoyles, animals.
Those stone
Some
statues
sort of
seem
creature,
to
a
rotate
pet,
with
howl,
this
90-degree
switch.
rotation.
I wonder what this means. Constellations and stars. These people seem to worship otherworldly gods. An eye and a star. Look at the stars, maybe. Circular stones with strange carved symbols. They carried these people here to test them. Like a challenge of some sort.
See if they would die or be turned.
Where is this door leading me? A shining constellation. I better draw it.
So there's a lot of questions, obviously, what happened to Harry, what happened to Cassandra. But the biggest question that just sits in my mind is, how did we get here? How did we get all this stuff? If Harry and Cassandra were brought to this other place, try making that door.
These icons on the wheel are the same as the constellations I have on my hand. It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges.
All right.
What was it used for?
So do I have to go back and get my hand bitten again? Let's... Is it these two? No. Wait, yeah, maybe. Right there. So that looks exactly like that.
A shining constellation. I better draw it.
Right, so that constellation looks like that now. Unless it's this one and that one across from it, so this would be canceled too. And the wrong one's active. And down here I'm going to get a new symbol. That's what it is.
They took them to a throne room. That was the final step in the ritual. What an odd structure. Riddled with nooks and crannies and endless stairways. Maybe it only hurts the first time. Ah! The second also hurts.
Those are the dragons that rotate.
When I arrived on this island, I felt like I was trespassing. But now, I feel like this is where I belong.
So that animal room is going to be behind that door. No. Okay. So now, with the two shapes that I have, I could probably make that one. I could do it with two of the sea symbols. This one. No? Didn't do it? Unless it's always supposed to be centered off of here, in which case it would be this one. So it's always based off here, so this is the bottom.
This place is like a labyrinth.
This is what I could see from over there.
They were submerged in black ichor.
Icor. Iker or Iker? Come on, don't say Icor. Alright, the most complicated room has
Harry seems to be on the brink of madness.
gates behind it.
But I don't feel the slightest hint of confusion. On the contrary, I feel my mind is more focused than ever.
Because I was born with it, maybe, or I've had it my whole life?
Oh, come on. One more time. Ow! That hurt! Again.
Okay, to number 2. So I see a C, a stretchy bit, and another C, actually. Okay, so that one over there is the most complex. So this one should actually only need my first 2 shapes. Right. That one should be active. This one should be removed. This one over here should be the first symbol. And this should be a C.
I think I can feel the agony of the slaves, their suffering, and the effects of their transformation. It's horrifying.
Alright, so there's no more symbol in here, but there's this.
Black and white figures. There. Ah. Good doggies, or dragons, whatever you are.
Alright, so we need now that dragon over there to turn. Now this is going to control white. Making a path. I see it. Now I rotate this. I can get there. Oh wait, hold on. And that'll be my last blood boy.
Again? Seriously?
Is there anything over there? Alright. It's the only other area that's accessible in the entire room. Yes, it's perfectly lined up. There you go. Secret item.
That's the creature I saw in my dreams. He's holding on to a gigantic black stone monolith. He is Father Dagon.
Oh. Father Dagon, so not Felina and Gianni. Father Dagon, which is straight mythos, right? Father Dagon. Okay, now we need to make that monstrosity. This one had none. Okay. Okay, now. I think this needs symbol number 1. Okay. From here, I need this number 2. I think. And then from here, I need the number 2.
All the doors are open, but where is the constellation I need to open the throne room?
There. Let's go in here first and get our last symbol.
Another one of those gates. I have to get into the water again. I can feel the torment of the thousands of slaves.
Find
who
all
perished
murals
here.
on the island. What is up there? Oh, man. What in the MC Escher?
Oh, come on. One more time. Ow! That hurt! Again.
Collect all puzzle notes. Alright, so now we need to look at the stars. Destroy everything that's there, and then we'll make note of the constellations. Okay. So from here, we look at the constellation. Okay, how many points are there on this? 1, 2... There's 10 within 5, and then 5 within 10, and then 5 outside the 5. Okay. So, right here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the outside. Then there's 5 more along the lines. Then 5 ones on the halfway points between all those lines. Oh, damn it. Now I messed up. Oh, no, I'm right. Okay. Below each of the 5. Okay, then there's 5 outside those. And then finally, there's 5 on the inside. And those connect straight to the outside ones. Oh, but... Okay. So now... the far bottom right is color. Then going up to the 2 on either side of that have color. So in the centermost ring, only 3 have color. In the second ring, the bottom 3. Right, there's a dip there, so that would be that one and that one. From there, it would go over to there. Then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So there we go. That's our puzzle. So we know which ones we need now. The question is, what shapes fill those? So I think... I don't think we can ever use that one. Oh no, it can, because it doesn't go all the way to the outside. But it does on the bottom. So that one's set. Right, so as of right now, I have... that. Okay, so now I need to light up The outside bottom point and that one, the big cross junction. BC? Maybe. No. No. That could be good. It connects it to that one. Question mark there. Okay. Now, we need... What do I do here?
The door to the sanctuary is open. It's time to find out what's waiting for me inside.
Dope.
It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges.
There we go, baby.
What was it used for?
Well, that looks weird. Is that like a whole, like a veil of ichor?
There's something written in the floor. With blood. Fall. Haven't I heard that word in my dreams? What a disturbing mirror. Is it made of black ichor? I feel like it is speaking to me. Oh, heavens.
Seen a vision inside the black ichor mirror. There was a word, Felgothen. It's not the first time I've heard it. See wherever this goes.
My God.
I feel like there's no turning back after this. This is the throne room.
Nothing that happens here appears to respect the most basic rules of physics. However, as strange as it may be, does maintain a peculiar harmony. Like the workings of a clock. Or a music box.
Yeah, I could see music box. It kind of looks like the stones are breathing, as odd as that sounds.
Harry, is that you? No, 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 no! Tell me it isn't you, Harry. It can't be you. It can't be. No, no, no! Why did you do it? Oh my God, Harry, no! In the end, you performed the ritual. You poor fool. But why? I don't understand it. Why? You knew it. You knew it wasn't going to work.
Unless it's not Harry. It's Cassandra.
You knew the ritual wasn't going to work. That's why you never sat on the throne. You didn't even perform the ritual, did you, Harry? But you wanted me to think that you had. You even left a lure to confuse me. But why?
Complete chapter 6.
What really happened? The only person with you in that sanctuary beach was Cassandra. So if you didn't die, it had to be her.
Well, that's just
Did she use the dagger to open the gates and carry out the ritual? You tried to stop her, but it was too late. She shot you with your own gun and left you for dead, didn't she, Harry? Because Cassandra was ambitious and would stop at nothing to uncover the secrets here. The island fueled that hunger for knowledge.
literally obsession.
You had doubts about whether the ritual would work. But what happened to Cassandra cleared up those doubts. The ritual wasn't for people like you. The ritual was only for people like me. But you refused to believe it, until the island itself spoke directly to you.
Golfin.
Haha, Folgarfen. She is our daughter. That's when you finally understood. You understood what my fate would be if I didn't come here and carry out the ritual. A slow and painful death. So you faked your own demise, and left your glasses near Cassandra's corpse. Those same glasses you never take off.
But where are
And
you?
you sent me the package from Tahiti, Harry. Your picture, the key, the dagger. Another one of your scavenger hunts.
It was him. So is he in Tahiti? He made it out. He and the guide, maybe?
And I took the bait. You made me come to this island, the same island where you almost lost your mind and your life. The same island where 4 members of your expedition perished. Why did you deceive me, Harry? You said you would never lie to me. Why didn't you tell me the truth? Why did you do this to me?
Because he loved you and wanted you to live.
Because you knew that I would never accept my fate if it meant leaving you. Right, my love? Not even if staying with you would mean a slow and painful death. So the only way to get me to leave you was to make me believe you were dead. And you chose to live a life without me, so I could be who I really am. That's why you tried to deceive me. But I know you too well, my dear old pal. We've had so many years together, so many moments of
This
love,
is touching.
happiness, understanding, friendship. A whole beautiful life with you. I know what you tried to do, but I can't let you make this decision for me, Harry. Either I embrace my fate and accept what I've always been, and leave you behind, or I reject it and return home with you to relish the time that my illness gives us. It's my decision to make.
Reject your fate and return home. Accept your fate and leave Harry. How you doing, Nunu? What's up tonight? Happy New Year. The entire purpose of this quest was... Will I make his sacrifice and the sacrifice of his entire party have meaning? Live apart from him, he'll die alone, or will I suffer, but be together with him? I think, as a capstone to the story, I think leaving is better. But, like, the emotional weight is what drove the story. I think I'm going to accept my fate.
We had a really good life. But that's not my life anymore, is it, Harry? Not after what I've been through on this island. Not after all I've found out about myself. I can't fool myself anymore. I have to accept.
We're going to let him
what I
believe
truly
he
am,
tricked us, even though we figured
and
him out in
leave
the
you
end.
behind. I'm going back home.
To the abyss. How was your New Year's?
What a lovely melody. I don't believe I've ever heard more than a few notes. Until now. For years I thought
Swirling
I was
abyss.
sick. But the truth is, I was homesick.
Because we know they don't belong to this world.
The pain, the suffering. It was all because of how far I was from here.
Self-inflicted, feeling...
Everything seems so far away now. No trace of pain, no trace of sickness. Nothing besides this place. It's so pleasant to forget everything else.
At 4 a.m. Went to bed not long before you. Went to bed around 3:30. I went to a party a couple days ago, so I was recovering from that. It was a friend's 30th birthday.
Anymore. I'm I'm finally one of the thousands of minds connected to the iCore.
Oh, wow, this is so creepy and cool. So I decided, I got invited to a party in like middle of Pennsylvania. It would have been like a 4-hour drive there and then a 4-hour drive back this morning. I just didn't feel up to it. So I just did a stream last night, hung out with some people online. You know. Have I heard of Blood on the Clock Tower? I have not, but I've definitely heard of Werewolf. The spiraling stones is just a really cool image here.
Connected with the Elder God.
There's a couple achievements that I missed. I want to check. Got all that. So the things I'm missing. Those okay, sing into a microphone with no power. That was before. Discover Nora's writings. Check on here. Complete the game. I feel like we're about to do that. We're doing pretty good. Yeah. That's chapter 4, Necronomicon. Or Noranomicon. Don't know where that is. Otherworldly portal. Opened a portal to Arcadia. Hopefully I didn't miss that. Found the out of the blue key. So let's check these out. Call of the Sea. Otherworldly portal. After opening the 4 constellations, return to the hub room before entering the throne room, and you can make a secret constellation. Ah. Okay, what about... So I'm going to have to redo this chapter. I could get this, though. In the final passageway, there's an invisible path on your left. Similar to Werewolf, but it's good town folks trying to kill the bad minions, and they have different abilities.
This key just appeared out of the blue.
Out of the blue is the developer. Basically, all you did was lie to each other for like 4 to 5 hours and it was chaos. That sounds like a lot of fun. I've played variants of Werewolves where it's like that, where everyone has different abilities. Because normally it's like villagers and werewolves, but we've done the ones with like the seer and the hunter and the... so like variants like that, which are a lot of fun. Golf and his daughter, so the daughter is returning home. Oh wait, were those that's the stuff I heard at the very beginning of the game? We accepted the call of the sea. So the idea is the world is below the ocean, just glowing cities, weird mechanical fish. It's like snorkel, and this city looks so cool. Oh dear, sweet Dagon. Sweet Daddy Elder God.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
1, 2. Don't forget the harmony. 1, 2, 3.
A story by Out of the Blue. Out of the Blue Studios.
All my life is empty since I
Wow, that
went
was a fun
away.
game.
Skies don't seem to be so
Just really cool puzzle. Oh. Okay.
May some angel send
Sissy, Yuri Lowenthal,
guard you while I stray,
Stephen
and
Hughes,
faithfully
John Nelson
kind to
Hughes,
join
John
us
Miller.
some sweet day.
So pretty much 2 voices.
Oh, how
Yuri Lowenthal and Sissy
dear
Jones. Okay.
old
Who is a singer, probably, for this. Has she done any other voice work?
night
Lois Lane
and
in that.
day I pray you're always
Cabaneri in the Iron Fortress. Oh, that's cool.
sweetheart.
She's Kaguya in Naruto Shippuden.
bless you. Angels
Lilith in the Owl House. Finally watched the Owl House, and that was amazing. So this is the voice of Lilith.
while sweet dreams rest.
She was Knockout in Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, which was a really solid movie. In games, she was a lot of games in the Telltale Walking Dead.
Dearie, I'm so lonely. How I
Colonial
miss your
Marines, oh dear
smile
sweet no.
and your tender loving way. I just want you only.
Wolf Among Us,
Want you all the while.
Walking Dead Season
Make
2,
no decree
Infamous First
I have
Light.
you back someday.
Oh, she was Joyce in Life is Strange, Chloe's mom from the original Life is Strange. Nora Freeze in Arkham Knight, in the Mr. Freeze DLC. Fallout 4, Halo 5. Oh, she's Delilah in Firewatch. She's the other Firewatch keeper. It's not the main character.
You're always
Baldur's Gate, Siege of Dragons here. A lot of voices in Horizon Zero Dawn, and man, I forgot Agents of Mayhem even existed. Destiny 2, Middle-earth Shadow of War. She's a lot. She's Fury in Darksiders 3.
while sweet dreams rest you.
Eliza, Half-Life Alyx, Days Gone, Call of the Sea, Nora Everhart. There you go. It Takes Two. She was the Netherbrain in Baldur's Gate 3. That's great.
Love you, Harry.
Man, what a cool game. I love the Cthulhu-esque mythology, so...
Even today, so many years later, I still doubt whether I did the right thing. I lied to you for the first and last time. And even if it was to free you from pain, suffering,
But
and
we
death,
figured it out, and he doesn't know
I
that.
deceived you. But I've paid such a high price for my deceit, Nora. Fate has punished me with a long and sorrowful life, with no other incentive than my work. Because that is the only thing I have now. My dear old pal.
Dean of Archaeology. Miskatonic University. Again, more H.P. Lovecraft. The only thing I have now. Alright, so I only have to do 2 things in this chapter. Where's the Nomicon? Is actually the only thing I don't know. The desert. This pops open when opening your journal in the desert. Oh. Alright, so I'm gonna replay these 2.
Whew, that was quite a hike.
So, a really cool story,
Top of the
a
mountain.
really cool
You can
take
see
on
that giant diamond-shaped thing really close from here.
the,
Took me a while to get here, but the views are worth it.
the Cthulhu mythology, you know?
These drops of rain are so refreshing. Feels real. Are these figures singing like a choir?
So, yeah, I mean, very simple game, but
Heavens,
very
looks
beautiful.
Like a rock slide crushed
I think
all
I'm going to...
the tents. All but one.
I don't know if I'm going to replay them both right now to try and get this achievement and platinum it. Maybe I'll do it tonight. I am going to take a break for maybe half an hour to an hour. Go grab some dinner. I just want to cook something. Maybe I'll just make something. Flat is on the bottom.
Dead as a doornail. 1212, testing. Nope, doesn't work. No power. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. No power.
There you go.
All right. Can you turn it on, Cat? Please.
Up and down is on the right side.
There are some sort of sound devices built around this amphitheater. Did these stone columns just vibrate? Amazing! The hatches are opening.
So simple. And then once I activate the power, I can go up there and see the Necronomicon. And then maybe I'll
Now
redo
the
Chapter
wheel's
6
moving.
tonight and see the other ending.
These levers connect those gears to direct the wheel's energy into the turbine.
So I have to do it in... That's so silly. That's the only way they lock in. I get it. I get it. Again, very doable puzzles. As long as you're keeping good comprehensive notes, I like a good puzzle that's solvable. I think I really only had one major issue with a puzzle in this game, and it was in the first stream. The drum puzzle in this chapter took me a minute to get.
That was easy. These buttons seem to
I'm
adjust
realizing
the
now
amount
that
of
this could be done
energy
even
that goes
easier.
through the turbine.
There you go. Done in 2
That
clicks.
should give the turbine some energy. Great, I did it. Now everything should be powered. They built all this just with pieces from the beached ship. Frank sure must be a real whiz.
Was. Frank sure was a real whiz. Because, you know, dead. And the doctor's out there, so somehow the doctor didn't die from the black ichor. But Cassandra very much did. I mean, to be fair, it drove the doctor mad, and we don't really know how the doctor ended up, because he just kind of, like, fled into the sea.
Oh, what? Did I do something wrong? Come on, work. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I just want to see what this looks like. We're going to exit the chapter right after this. So that's sound check.
Now what?
And Nora
What's
Nomicon.
happening this time?
So literally the only thing we're missing is Otherworldly Portal. Obed Marsh is a bred with Pithialiai. It gave birth to Ruth, Isaiah, Edna. Oh, Ruth, Isaiah, and Alice. Alice and Benjamin gave birth to Eliza, who, with James, gave birth to Douglas and Walter, and Beth. Walter and Sonia gave birth to Lawrence. I'm not recognizing any of these names. Beth and Lewis gave birth to Robert. Abner and Eleanor were the children of Isaiah and they gave birth to Nora, who married Harry. I'm gonna check some of these names because this game loves its hidden Cthulhu references. So let's see. Robert Olmsted. American novelist. Okay. What about Lawrence Williamson? That's too generic. Let's try author. Larry Williamson, yeah. I don't know. What about that insane looking The Marsh family from H.P. Lovecraft is a bloodline of humans, later hybrids, which draws its root from the small fishing village of Innsmouth in the early days of colonial America. The first individual of distinction in this family was Captain Obed Marsh. Like most of the residents of Innsmouth, he was forced to interbreed with the Deep Ones, Pithialiai. The Deep One's ancestry means the descendants will gradually mutate to potentially immortal amphibious humanoids. Oh, well, there you go. The mother disappeared, returning to the undersea city of Ihanithele. The last of the line was Robert Olmsted and his cousin Lawrence. Huh. Yeah, Benjamin, Orr, and Alice, and 2 other children. Oh no, Alice, there you go. So Alice and 2 other children, Ruth and Isaiah. So Alice's line is documented in the Marsh family mythos. This introduces a new branch of the family. Cousin Robert there was a note from Cousin Robert. And there you go. All right. You know what? I'm probably going to come back and finish this and get the very last achievement on my own time. But this is fascinating. This is a really cool take on the Cthulhu mythos. I think I'm going to take a break for maybe 10, 15 minutes. Make something quick. Probably not going to go buy anything. When I come back, we started last night, Chapter 5. We did our polls for Mavwika and Zitlali. Got both of those in Genshin, so I think when we come back, we're going to finish Genshin Chapter 5. Chapter 5 of the Natlan arc. Then later tonight, we're going to finish Life is Strange Double Exposure. So those are the 2 games we're going to do tonight. We're going to finish Genshin in about 15 minutes to half an hour. I might take a little extra time. Then we'll do Life is Strange later tonight, maybe around 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. All right. Yeah, this was a beautiful game. I really enjoyed it. But that's where I'm going to call it for now. So, Semremsi, Tito, Floria, Nunu, great talking to you all. Again, Happy New Year. May your gaming be great. Until next time, stay awesome. Peace.